The inconvenience of being delivered. The inconvenience, in this case, of being delivered from PTSD. Not post-traumatic stress disorder, but I made up something that I made up post-traumatic sexual disorder. Or post-trauma sexual disorder. No, yeah. Post the trauma of sexual disorder. So after the trauma of sexual disorder. When I say sexual disorder, it comes from sexual disorder being a consequence of having sexual abuse or misuse done to you, often before you can refuse, or before you even knew what was going on, and possibly it continued. Then after that, because of that event, those events, now a door has been opened unto you in the spiritual realm for sexual perversion to creep in, because that door was open to you before it's time, before you knew right from wrong, what you wanted, what you were, what you was to expect, what you wasn't to expect or accept. And no matter what age you are, that could have happened to you. And because that happened to you, because somebody opened that door, it's legal for that type of spiritual, that type of energy to be attracted to you and to come on to you. And because that's legal, and because that happened, as you mature in age, the number of your age, and if that goes unchecked, then you will start to develop an appetite for some of these perversions, because it'll be okay for you after the discomfort from the original experience or experiences, and because you didn't tell anybody, or if you did tell somebody, more than likely you didn't, it went on, it wasn't stopped, it was unchecked, then you became numb to it, numb to the feeling of the discomfort. And then because what you tolerate, it continues. I'll just scratch that. After the discomfort has been numbed, then you could begin to develop a feeling around that is fond, that you have become fond of or addicted to or used to. And after that you become used to it, or you know, addicted to it, you develop an appetite for it. And then, because now you changed and into something that I don't believe you are preordained to be. Now you have that appetite and you develop that hunger. So you might, that confusion haven't left yet, so you still are confused about, there's still confusion, there's still fog around that, but all you know now is you got a hunger. And feeling of shame may have, you might feel that, but still the hunger persists. So if you don't reach out for it, like, ask for it, then your mind will begin to send out, the mind of the body, different parts of the body now, will send out the signal, and then that thing that you hunger for will be attracted to you. It may be some unrecognizable forms, still attracted to you. All right, so when you feel those hungers and you turn into this monster of sorts, monster because you don't recognize yourself, then you ask for deliverance, right? After deliverance comes, after my deliverance came, first of all, with deliverance, with knowing when wanting to be delivered, I first had to come to terms with the fact that I needed to be delivered. I didn't want that anymore because of how it ultimately made me feel, and because of how it first got attached to me. All that was illegal, and I didn't want it no more. So with knowing that, then I didn't want it anymore. Then there now has to be a ripping of it, because it still feel how I felt. But there came a ripping, a deliverance. Don't let the people say that deliverance is not painful. But anyway, and with that, there was, I would say, withdrawal symptoms. And I ignored the hunger, and then the hunger ceased because the appetite was no more. So the hunger ceased. And after the hunger ceased for a very long time, and then the healing was taking place, after some healing, and I'll probably forever be healing, but after some healing, then the appetite regained health. Not the perversion. The perversion is gone. But the sexual appetite lives again. And you were first, there was none, and you was cool with that. Then when healing came from that, and healing around the subject of men, and the healing around the subject stuff like marriage and relationships and sex, healing around those subjects came. Then the appetite lives again and is healthy. That today is what I'm talking about when I say the inconvenience of being delivered from PTSD, post-traumatic sexual disorder. Because I call it an inconvenience, it's a discomfort. Because you've been away from the perversion, then you were away from all humans, probably. Men, largely, just away from them. But when the appetite come back, then the mind of the body, the mind of certain parts of the body, maybe the reptilian mind, whatever you want to call it, wakes up when a suitable mate you encounter. And she be like, hey,